Hi Church, I'm Isaiah and welcome to our Songs of Ascent. For today, I'll be sharing with you the song Another in the Fire by Hillsong United. I think in times like these, it's a very poignant song to be singing because for some of us, we're cut off from our friends, some of us were cut off from our family members, and in general, we're cut off from all of these human relations that we are so used to before. And it's inevitable that in this COVID-19 period, loneliness might set in for some of us and it will really get to us. But in tough times like these, this is the kind of go-to song that I would, listen to. The lyrics were written very beautifully and I hope that the song will encourage you also. The song title alludes to the biblical tale that can be found in Daniel chapter 3 about how 3 Jews were thrown into a blazing furnace for refusing to obey King Nebuchadnezzar's orders for worshipping another idol. They were punished by the king because they stuck to their belief that they will not worship any other god or idol apart from the Lord God, and were thrown into a blazing furnace, into fire. However, as the story goes, even though they were in the fire, they were unharmed, and King Nebuchadnezzar even saw another figure standing together with them, a 4th figure. There was another in the fire. Now eventually the 3 were set free and they found favor in the eyes of the king. The crux of the song is essentially that regardless of the circumstances you're facing, in the midst of all of this chaos and all of this that we're facing, you are not alone. God is always in close proximity to those who are faithful. You have never been alone, you are not alone, and you will never be alone. It's very clear, and this reassuring use of past, present and future tenses in the choruses if you pay attention to the lyrics in the song. And I think that this is very reassuring for us as well, that just as the 3 men refused to bow down to idols and God was with them in that situation, we too have that assurance that God is there for us and will rescue us even as we refuse to bow down to the things of this world. So I pray and hope that this song speaks to you in your situation, and I pray that you'll be blessed by it. There's a grace when the heart is under fire, another way when the walls are closing in. When I look at the space between where I used to be and this reckoning, I know I will never be alone. There was another in the fire standing next to me. There was another in the waters holding back the seas. Should I ever need reminding of how I've been set free, there is a cross that bears the burden where another died for me. There is another in the fire. All my debt left for dead beneath the waters. I'm no longer a slave to my sin anymore. And should I fall in the space between what remains of me and this reckoning, either way I won't bow to the things of this world. And I know I will never be alone. There is another in the fire standing next to me. There is another in the waters holding back the seas. And should I ever need reminding what power set me free, there is a grave that holds nobody. Now that power lives in me. There is another in the fire. Oh, 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 I can see the light in the darkness as the darkness bows to him. I can hear the roar in the heavens as the space between resting. I can feel the ground shake beneath us as the prison walls cave in. Nothing stands between us. Nothing stands between us. There is no other name but the name that is Jesus. He who was and still is and will be through it all. So come what may in the space between all the things unseen and this reckoning, I know I will never be alone. I know I will never be alone. There'll be another in the fire standing next to me. There'll be another in the waters holding back the seas. Should I ever need reminding how good you've been to me, I'll count the joy come every battle, 'cause I know that's where you'll be. And I can see the light in the darkness as the darkness bows to him. I can hear the roar in the heavens as the space between resting. I can feel the ground shake beneath us as the prison walls cave in. Nothing stands between us. Nothing stands between us. So I hope you've enjoyed this week's Our Songs of Ascent, and I pray and hope that the song is an encouragement to you as much as it was to me. Thank you and see you next week.